Hello everyone. Today let's solve the problem number 7.1. Simplify path. So what the question states here? So we are given a unique style absolute path. We have to simplify to its canonical path, right? So we have been given a unique style absolute path here. We have to simplify to its canonical path. So what are the conditions here? So just give me a second so that I can explain this one correctly. So let me scroll this one to the examples before this one, right? So just give me a second here. 1 second. Here we have given an unique style absolute path. We have to simplify it to its canonical path by removing the extra slashes. Whether if we are having this one, we have to remove the extra slashes and it should be only single slash. Right. So second one is we have to remove the current directory references. So we have to remove the current directory references. Nothing but here in this case dot this one. Ignore the parenthesis. I'm speaking of the dot here, right? So the third one is we have to handle the parent directory references. We have to handle the parent directory references. Nothing but here in this case, double dot. We have to handle the parent directory references as well, right? This is double dot. It is represented by the double dot and valid folder names like dot triple dot more than double dot, right? Valid this one folder names like triple dot should be preserved. This should be preserved. This is important, right? So this should be preserved, right? I'm telling this one again, this should be preserved. So given an unique style absolute path, we have to simplify to its canonical path by removing the extra slash. And this one I'm speaking of removing the extra slashes to the single slash, right? So this one, the second one is we have to remove the current directory reference. So nothing but the dot. This one I'm speaking of, right? So and the third one is we have to handle the parent directory references. Nothing but the double dot here. This one I'm speaking of, right? So this is fine. And the final one is we have to preserve the folder names like this one triple dot whatever I have given here. This one we have to preserve this one, right? We have to preserve. This should be preserved basically. What we need to do then in the form of output, what we need to return? We need to return the path in the form of folder 1 and folder 2. So here in like this might be folder 1. You can just look into the example 2 or example 1. I'm just writing here itself, right? You can just look into example 2 how they have given, right? Output part I'm speaking of. Input they have given here. This one we need to remove, right? We have to make this one single slash, right? So just look into the output path here. So we have to return the path in the form folder 1 slash folder 2. If we have two folders here in this case, folder 1 slash folder 2. So this will be within the strings. This will be within the strings. This basically it has to start with the slash. The output has to start with the slash. And we should not have any trailing slash. Again, we should not be having any trailing slash next to the slash. We can have the directory name then a single slash, but we should not be having the trailing slash, the second slash again after the after this particular slash, right? So this one I'm speaking of again, right? So we should it should start with slash, no trailing slash unless it is root, right? So I hope this part is clear. We should be having the slash first, directory name slash, again if we have another folder directory, this one name, folder name, and again slash here, right? So this part again if we are having another folder, this one and slash. So it should follow this path, right? So that's what they have given. If we have double slash, we have to make the remove this one to the single slash, and these all the things we have already discussed, right? So this one we have to remove the currently directed this one current directory references, this one single dot, and double dot is nothing but we have to handle the parent directory references correctly as well, and also valid folder names like triple dot wherever this one triple dot, this should be preserved, right? So I hope the question part is completely clear. What we need to do is completely clear as well. Simple, right? Very simple one. So let me remove this one. Let's come to the approach part here. Let's come to the approach part. First thing that we need to note down here is we will be going with a stack approach. We will be going with a stack approach. So just remember one thing, we will be going with a stack approach, right? So we'll be going with a stack approach. So first what we will do, before coming to the explaining the approach part, I just want to say certain things here. We have to split the path slash given here. In this case, I'm considering home. This example, we have to split the path by slash. We have to split the path by slash. See here, first slash, then the name of the folder, then slash. Obviously we have to split the path by slash, which gives basically initially, so this one will be string, empty string, then comes the this one, home, the folder name, and then comes again this one. We are splitting this one, right? We are splitting this one, then comes the again empty string, right? So we will make use of the stack. Again, as I've said, we'll be making use of the stack. Why? Because we have to track the folder names here. In this case, we have to track the home, the folder name, right? So we will be making use of the stack to track the folder names, and we will traverse each part. Same thing we will do, right? So we'll traverse each part here, nothing but we will ignore the empty, this one I'm speaking of, will ignore the empty string. Again here we'll be ignoring the empty string or the current directory. If we have the current directory, then it will be represented by dot, and this we have to remove. Here in this case we do not have anything, but here you can clearly see double dot we have, right? That is nothing but the parent directory. Single dot we don't have here in this case. But if we have this one, what do we call, we have to ignore the empty this one string or current directory dot. If we have, in three of the examples we don't have dot, so you don't have to worry. But if we have the dot or if we have the current directory, then we have to ignore. If double dot is present, nothing but here this one I'm speaking of in the third example, if double dot is present, then we have to pop the last directory from the stack. Then we have to pop the last directory from the stack. Again I'm telling, just listen to this one, this is very important, right? So we have, if we have the double dot, we have to pop the last directory from the stack, or we have to go back, right? We have to go back. Else the last one is we have to push the valid directory name to the stack. Else we have to, if it is not present, double dot, single dot, right? So else what we have to do, we have to push the valid directory name to the stack. You would have already guessed that we'll be going with the if else condition for these three, right? If you would have guessed, so that is correct. That's what we'll be doing, right? So we'll be making use of the stack. Inside the main this thing, we'll just go with this one, if condition. So we'll traverse, we'll be maintaining the array, and we'll be going with the, what do you call, if else conditions. So that is the basically structure of the code that I'm speaking of. The final one is, so here we have to join the stack with slash. So this one we have to join the this one, what do we call, join the stack with slash to confirm the this one, to form the, not to confirm, to form the canonical path, right? So here in this case, slash plus concatenate this one home plus this one here slash, right? This, for this one to join the this one, what do we call, folder name, here we can go with the string dot join, right? So here this will be slash concatenation string dot join of again slash comma stack. We can just go with this method, right? So we will get whole thing, as output, right? The final output I'm speaking of. So I hope this part is completely clear, easy to understand. So this is the reason we'll be going with the stack, right? So I hope this part is completely clear, approach part is completely clear. Let's consider only the example accordingly with the approach that we discussed here. So we have slash home. Parts is nothing but, first, as we have discussed, we'll be going with the empty string home, and this one we are just splitting here, we are just splitting the path, right? Slash is nothing but here empty string, this one is empty string, and home, right? Three things we have got here. Now we will push home to the stack. So here in this case we are pushing home to the stack, right? We are pushing the home to the stack, this part. Now stack contains home, the folder home or the string home basically, right? So stack doesn't know that it is a folder, it is just stack knows that it is just a string of characters, right? I mean yeah, it is the characters basically, it is just the characters, right, which forms a string. So this will be stack consists of the string home. Now string home, right? So sequence of characters, nothing but string home. Now the output here as output will be slash home, because we have got this one home here. So we have to remove if slash is present at the end, this one also we have to remove, it shouldn't, at the end it shouldn't contain slash, right? So if we have another folder name, then it's different, we should be having slash and then another folder name. Again at the end we shouldn't be having again slash, right? So if it has, then we have to remove. So here in this case we have home that is pushed onto the stack. So first will be slash, will be concatenating, so we'll be going with the slash first, and then we'll be concatenating this one. We'll go with string dot join of slash, right? So I hope this part is completely clear. So this is how we got the output slash home, which is equivalent to the output that they have given for the example one here in this case, right? So I hope this one, what do we call, the approach part is completely clear, easy to understand. Now as we are completely familiar with the approach, let's quickly discuss the complexities part. So what would be the time complexity here? So the time complexity would be big O of n. The time complexity would be big O of n because we are processing each part of the path exactly once. Means number of characters I'm speaking of. Basically, we will be processing each part of the path exactly once. Here n is nothing but the number of characters. Just keep this in mind. And what would be the space complexity? Space complexity would be big O of m because here stack stores at most m valid directories. Means m is nothing but the number of valid folder names, number of valid folders names. Here we have only home. Here you can clearly see home slash foo here, right? Slash home slash foo. So here in this case, stack has to store at most m valid directories, right? So m is nothing but here number of the valid folder names, here in this case home foo, right? So I insist you to try it out the approach that we discussed in the same way for the example 2 or the example 3. I insist you to try it out with the example 3, example 2 or 3, or you can just go with the example 4. Example 4 is simple because we'll be removing this one. So we will be completely, first we will remove this one double dot and we will remove the slash as well. If it doesn't contain any folder name, we'll just return this one slash. That we know. Here explanation they have given in a simple way. Going one level up from the root directory is not possible at all. That's what, right? So this is double dot is nothing but the parent directory they have mentioned. So going one level up from the root directory is not possible at all. We have to stay at the root itself, right? So let's go with the fifth example as well here. So here this is nothing but we have to preserve once. We have to preserve the triple dot, this one, nothing but the folder names, right? So this one we have to preserve. Here in the question they have strictly mentioned that triple dot, the folder names with triple dot should be preserved, right? So here slash triple dot, this one is removed, so only b slash d. Again slash is not there, right? Again slash is not there because double dot along with the double dot, this one a is also removed here. In this case b and d we have, c is removed because we have double dot here, parent directory. So we will remove this one along with the this one. When we have the parent directory, this one will also be removed. A will be removed, d will be removed as well. Don't get confused. Along with the parent directory names will also be removed. So we are left with slash b and slash d, and dot will be quite obviously removed. So if we have found the dot, it has to be removed, right? It has to be they have given in the question same thing. And slash at the last has to be removed as well. So slash at the last has to be removed. Here in this case we are going with the slash triple dot. This has to be preserved. They have said it in the question correctly. Slash b and slash d, one slash, and we have removed the last slash as well. Now the output will be this one. So accordingly with the approach, we have discussed the approach. In the explanation they have given, this is the valid name for the directory in this problem. They have clearly mentioned the triple dot is a valid name for the directory and it has to be preserved, right? And it has to be preserved. They have given in the problem. Don't get confused for the fifth example, right? I hope this part is completely clear, right? I hope the question part is completely clear along with the this one, what do we call, approach and the complexities. Now as we are completely familiar with the approach and complexities, let's start writing the code. Here first thing is accordingly with the approach, what was the first part? We have to split by this one slash, right, to process the each component. Here let's do that first. String of arrays, let me name the variable name parts. This will be path dot split, this one will be slash. This is fine. Let's come to the next part. Here we will be making use of the stack to simulate the navigation through the directory. So this will be stack. Let's make use of let's do one thing. Let's go with the normal stack, I mean standard stack basically, right? So let's not make use of the array dequeue this time. Let's go with the this one, what do we call, standard stack here. So I'll just go with the string here, stack of string. This is fine. Let me name the variable name stack here. So this will be new stack. So this is fine. I hope this part is fine. This is just the syntax. We are creating the stack basically, right? We are just making use of the stack to simulate the navigation through the directories here in this case. Next, as I have said, the structure, we have discussed the structure of the code already. So we'll be traversing through the each directory from the parts, right? So parts here, Where is part? This one I'm speaking of, right? So let's go with the iteration part for string. So this will be directory of parts. This one is fine. So let me do one thing within the for loop. What we'll be doing? Let's write the simple if condition here. If directory dot equals. So here this is fine. So why did I give? Oh, this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Or so again, let me copy the same thing here. If this is empty string, or if it consists of the dot here. So here in this case, it will be dot within the string. Then what we need to do, we have to skip. We have to skip that part. So here in this case, so for skipping, let me make use of the keyword continue. So this is simple. We have discussed this one multiple times, man. We don't have to discuss this one again. So else if we are just articulating our thought process or the approach that we discussed in the form of code here, right? Else if here, what we'll do, directory dir we have considered, right? So this one directory dot this one equals of double dot, nothing but the parent directory here in this case, right? So we need to pop. So we have to go back only if there is a directory to go back to, nothing but the if we have the parent directory, right? So here in this case, else if this one directory dot equals of double dot, then if stack is not empty, if stack is not empty, then only we have to go back. Means we have to go back only if there is a directory to go back to, right? So I can write in this way: stack dot is empty, right? Is empty. Then what we need to do? We have to pop. We have to pop. This one we have discussed in some example, second or third example, right? So I forgot, but we have discussed this one already. So else what we'll do, if we are having the valid directory name, then we have to push that one to the stack. So from the example one, we had the valid directory name home, we push that one to the stack, then we join this slash, right, along with the this one home, whatever the string that was present in the this one stack. So basically we have to push the directory. So I'll just go with this one stack dot push. What we need to push? dir, right? Nothing but the directory. This is fine. So I hope this part is completely clear. We are done with the code now. So did I do any mistake here? We have got this one extra, this one, what do we call? Uh, flower bracket here. What did I miss out anything here, or did I do anything? So just give me a second here. So here what a mistake I've done is, so see here, we are making use of the else if here. I have opened the this one flower bracket here. Again, within the else if we have went with the if condition. So this one if condition, we have to close the bracket here itself, right? So that is the reason we have one extra bracket here. So let me remove this one. So after this one, let's come to the final part here. So nothing but we have to reconstruct the canonical path, right? So here first we need to go with slash. So at the beginning, every time we need to have the slash, right? In every output you can clearly see here slash here slash, right? So we have to reconstruct the canonical path here. Here this will be, we have to go with the string if we have. So this will be string dot join of this one. Again, if we have the folder name, we have to go with the this one, what do we call this one. Only if we have the string within the stack, then only we have to go with the slash again, comma. So this will be stack again, right? So this will be stack again. So I hope this part is completely clear. This is it for the code. Let me format the code once and let me hit the submit button. I hope this works, man. Let's see what is wrong here. So yeah, this E has to be capital. This is fine. Let me hit the run button. So now you can clearly see the sample test cases are getting passed. So let me hit the submit button quickly. So I hope this works now for all the test cases. Yeah, now you can clearly see the all the test cases are getting passed. Means the code works absolutely correct in this case, right? I hope the solution part is completely clear along with the this one. I hope the solution part is completely clear along with the approach and complexities, right? For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.